Alright, so today we're going to replace the headlights. My wife's 2016 Wrangler Unlimited. It's got the factory halogens. I think I upgraded the bulbs to the Silver Star Ultras a few years ago. Get a little better output. We're going to go with some cheap LEDs just because it looks better and hopefully has a little bit better light output. This is what they look like. So to start with, I just wanted to see where the factory lights are pointing, so when I'm done I can adjust the new ones to this. It wouldn't be a bad idea to take some painter's tape or something and mark it on the door so it's a little bit easier to aim. I think I can pretty much figure it out. Looks like it's about, I don't know, 5-6 inches below this joint in the door there. I can always come back and look at the video too. So we're gonna get started. There's the before. All right, to start with, we got to take the grill off, which I believe is just these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 push pins. So I got some cheap body tools. I think I bought it on Amazon. You can get them pretty much any auto parts place. So to remove these, just get in the screw with your tool. Screwdriver works too. Get that pried up. If you're really careful, a pair of side cutters work too. You don't have to have the body tools.
Hey, this house, Nala. Nala's the cutest little puppy.
Nala's the cutest little puppy.
Dad, look, I have a big shadow like you.
You do. Look at that big shadow.
I'm getting older and older.
You are getting older and older.
Where's my key?
In the backyard where you left it. Hold on. Daddy will help you get that out. Just a minute. Adeline, please wait. Oh, that sucks. It's right down in there. I have to get this needle nose or something to reach that. Just gonna remove these clips. So set them down in the bumper so I don't lose them. Dropped another one. I got 2 to find now. So once you take those tabs out, there's just these little push-in connectors down here. Put a little pressure on them and they'll pop loose. And then you gotta disconnect your fog lights. Alright. Once you get here, those tabs I was talking about, you just put a little pressure on them and they unclip out of this. Just called a support, not really sure what you'd call that. and then just give the fog light bulbs a twist, and they come out, and then just let them hang out of the way, and that's it. The grill's loose. We'll set it down out of the way. Now we can remove the factory headlight assemblies. Alright, so to remove your factory headlight assembly, you have these 4 Torx screws. It's the same process if you're just changing the bulbs out. Take these screws out, and then this whole retainer will come off. This is a T15 Torx. Again, I'm just going to set these down in the bumper. I'm going to kind of skip around here so that last one is right here on top. It's easier to get to, and I can hold it a little better, pull it off. And these screws just thread into plastic, so there's little to no force to remove them or install them. It'll crack it if you tighten up too much. Okay, so that has the headlight assembly loose. I'm going to go ahead and twist the bulb and remove it out of the back of the light assembly. And I'm going to go set this assembly down. And now I'll remove the bulb. So to remove the bulb, you have the same setup here. This retaining clip, if you can see that. You need to push that out towards the back of the plug, like that. And then once that's out, you can press down on this tab here and pull the bulb out of the socket. So that looked like a pain in the butt. It was kind of snug. That's good though. The tighter it is, the better seal you have and the better connection you have. And you will use the factory retaining ring for the new bulb, or new headlight assembly. Okay, on the new headlight assembly, it has this style plug, and it comes with an adapter to get to your factory style plug. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the plastic now, so it's out of the way. First, I'm gonna make the electrical connection. Push it all into the seats and slide that, I don't know what this clip is called, like a safety clip or retaining clip forward. And then you'll have to tuck the wiring harness back in there behind it. Alright, to remove the factory headlight housing, you have 4 screws. There's one here, one here, one here, and one here. It's a T15 Torx. I'm going to support the housing and give the bulb a twist. Remove the housing. Alright, now that you got the housing out of the way, undo this little red clip, just push it back towards the back of the plug, And then you can push down on this tab right here. Push down on that tab and you should be able to wiggle this free. It might take a little effort. And there we go. I want to make my electrical connection first. That click. And then once it's all the way seated in there, you should be able to push that red tab back in. Next, I'm going to reinstall this retaining ring. And you just snug these, don't go crazy because you'll strip them. Alright, let's move back to the passenger side. Alright, feed the wiring harness back in here so it's out of the way. And you don't pinch it putting the housing in. So what I'm going to do is take a file. Let me set this down so I don't damage it. I'm going to take a file and file on this ear a little bit. So there's 3 slots that this sits in. Here's one, here's the other one, and there's the last one. So I'm going to take a file and shave that down a little bit and see if we can't get that to fit. Alright, so now they're installed. Driver's side was easy to install. The passenger side, I had to file down on those ears to make them slip in there. Not sure why the passenger side is so much tighter than the other ones, but I'm pretty sure I read other reviews saying that. So I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights on now and make sure they work before we put the grill and everything back together. They seem to be on. That's pretty bright when I sit my face down in front of it. I don't know how much the camera captures. So earlier I think I said on camera that when I was pulling these push pins out, what was this one here actually, that the pin for the clip had bounced and fallen down in here. I think I said I had to pull the battery out to get it out. That's incorrect. This is actually your fuse block, your main fuse block here. So it's got 4 of these clips. You just slip something like a body tool or a flat screwdriver down in here in each one of these clips to release them, and then you can pull all this up. Be a good idea to disconnect your battery first, make sure none of that's hot, because if you short any of that when you go to pull this out, you shouldn't, but if it would happen, you could do some real damage to your vehicle. So disconnect your battery, put something down in here, in between these here, between this tab and this retainer, and each one of those will pop loose, so you can pull it up and get down in there. Hopefully that doesn't happen to you. Not sure why it happened to me, other than me being goofy. Alright, so now that the headlight housings are in, it looks like the only adjustment these housings have, and it's the factory adjustment, is this 15 Torx screw basically. Here for your passenger side, and here for your driver's side. It's on the outside edge of whichever side you're working on. So if it does need adjustment, that's where you'll have to do it. And you do need the grill to be removed to do that. So now that you're at this point, this is a good time to test your headlights. So I'm going to go close my garage door and turn the headlights on and see how they look. There, I just turned the lights on. And that is the spread. And it looks like we're focused on this seam here. And I believe before our focus was down here. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and adjust them down closer to where they were from the factory, and we'll see what happens. Let me set the camera down. I don't know if you'll be able to see what you'll be able to see or not. So right now our beam is hitting right here, and before it was directed 4 to 5 inches below, so about right here, I believe. So I'm gonna start adjusting on the driver's side first. Counterclockwise lowers it. Okay, it moved it to about here, which is a little bit higher, I think, than where it was from the factory. It's about here. About here. I think that's pretty even. Now I'm gonna flip over to the high beam and see how that looks. But I think I'm going to leave them there for now and wait till it gets dark and take this thing for a drive. Let me finish putting it back together. It's very easy to pull this grill apart, which it needs to be, because you have to take it apart to change fog light bulbs. Probably not necessarily fog light bulbs, you can probably do that in place. Headlight bulbs before, though, you had to remove the grill. Changing the headlight housings on a Jeep JK is no more difficult than changing the headlight bulbs, or it shouldn't be at least. These are very cheap housings, and like I said, I had to modify the passenger side a little bit on those retaining tabs to make it fit well. You shouldn't have to do that. Alright, now that you're done installing the new headlight housings and you have your adjustments made, you can go ahead and put the grill back on. So this lower bar down here, you see these slots? That's where the clips from the grill go in. Talk about these guys right here, all 4 of those. And then there's a centering pin here. I don't know if you can see that, these clips here, centering pin here. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and get it close in place and then grab the fog light bulbs. Once you have it close, you can grab the fog light bulbs and reattach those. Line up your pin and all your clips. And just pop them in one at a time. It takes hardly any force at all to get those to pop in. And then you'll take your 6 push pins, reinstall those. First one goes over here. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Installed. Do you want to see them?
What is that noise? That looks different.
Do you like it or no?
I don't know.
You don't know? That's not good.
Do you like it?
I think it looks better than the factory ones. When you get your fog lights changed out now.
No. Oh my gosh.
Alright, we'll check these out again when it gets dark. Alright, I'm going to take this for a quick drive and I'll be right back. You get to see what the headlights look like when I leave, and look like when I come back, I guess. Alright, so definitely brighter than the factory lights. Even with the Silver Star Ultras, the Sylvania Silver Star Ultras. That's right in my eyes. Go figure. I probably left them set just a hair too high. To be honest with you, I won't really adjust it unless it keeps getting flashed at or something. Because they're not extremely high, they're just a little higher than what they were originally. Suckers are bright to look at. I will say it's not, you can't really tell here, but when I was driving, it seemed like there were shadows in the light. It's not a crisp, clean line of light all the way across. Like directly in front of you is super crisp and clean and bright, and you almost see some shadows, and then it lights up on the side a little bit again. From the, I don't know how well you can see that, but I'm assuming it's because you have those 3 separate lights there. And I think it's these side ones doing it. Not 100% sure on that. It seems like it casts some light upwards. Not very bright going upwards, but just a little light upwards. Looks kind of goofy. Overall, for the $60 or $70 we paid for them, that's not much more than buying the upgraded Sylvania Silver Star Ultra bulbs. And they seem to be quite a bit brighter. So I'd say they are a plus there for the price. Again, I think they look better than stock. Driver's side was super easy to install. No worse than changing a bulb, really. Passenger side took some filing on the tabs. The mounting tabs on the headlight assembly. You shouldn't have to do that. That's really dumb that they have an issue with that. To get them to fit right. It took a few minutes, maybe. I just used a flat file. That's a step you shouldn't have to do. I think the wife was happy whenever she drove it. She said they were definitely brighter. And if she's happy, then I'm happy.